all and that in that. And Jackie Sonica DJ is saying, DJ Cham slapping the airwaves, making Monday feels like a Friday. By the way, I have an ask. Why don't you post DJ Cham's photo? DJ Cham's photo, picha yako lazima tuweke. Jackie anataka kuona. And then there's a gentleman called Mushiri Watika Kodorai saying, I'm listening. Then there's Sinki Koza saying, I'm listening. We didn't say where you're listening to us from. But there are also a couple of other guys here. Journalist Dan Vitalis Wairiero, Wilhelman Lapo, Min Eliana. And we're living the Valley, Matunda Andrew, Jenin Thenya, George Ntumban, Simon Bramwell Kendi, Nelson Misiko, Nicholas Ayot, Asanteni Sana, and Bishop Otoyo Jawuru. I can see you, gentlemen. Thank you, and ladies and gentlemen, for you keeping us here. And of course, we love your company. And Tambo Joash, I see you, Joe Edward Fondo, and Elvis Wandera. I see you, Sana, for all that. And a couple of the guys is, let me check, Edward Fondo, Brayo J, Ricky Van, Mbunda wa Amae, and Kibet B. Maru. I see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Spice FM. Spice Drive is your show. Then this Mbunda wa Amae is saying, Pamoja hadi tamati Elbagon. Spice Drive is a show. Asante sana Mbunda wa Amae. Then there's Khadija is saying, people out here where show us drama, watch that Apudo marriage and bragging. Awesome advice there on marriage. Asante sana. And then there's a couple of other guys here is Pilipili Hoho, yunasema Kisii tunawakilisha. And then let me just see who else here. Baraka Kahindi, Omosori Bwegesusu, Gitachi Brian, Amos Bambuko, Patrick Gitati, Kisirani wa Mtaa, and Baraka Kahindi, Malange Rindani, Alex Walio, Lucas Orengas, Samiki Kirukurgat, Victor Dawa, J. Favor Joy Baraka, Mpehendizizi Matakashikiri. I hope I could pronounce it correctly. Thank you for tuning in. Spice FM is a show. And then there's Moses Kiagi. Asante sana Moses for the messages and conversation. And then there's Nicholas Ayot. You're saying great work you're doing. Amin Bamburi, Mombasa. Salimia watu wote kutoka hapo Bamburi, Mombasani. Because we love you guys, Mombasa people. And then there's a couple of other guys here we need to quickly mention, of course. Brian Bosire, good luck, Jonathan Rayo Senior, and Derek Osoro. And then there's Jackie there also. Then Edwin Cascon, Kampuni RK, May Angor Mayong, Tabik Conveyors Inc. and Mitch Koo. Asante sana for tuning in Spice FM. Now, yesterday, if you watched, and let me put my, before we get to another link with DJ Cham, because we want to play for you some of the hottest vibe music up there. Yesterday, Kenyans were competing in the New York Marathon, and as usual, it was a clean sweep. The women, of course, led by none other but Helen Obiri, superstar Helen Obiri, Lokedi, and Chepngetich, who won. It was a 1, 2, 3 in that marathon. And of course, for men also, where it was a 1, 2, 3 for Kenyan men. But this also interesting bit is that the GOAT himself competed, and he was training. He was running in a new kit, a Nike kit. And he did perform very well. So it's interesting. Kenya, kudos to Kenyan team for keeping the flag high, raising the bar, and always raising our flag high with super performances in marathons across the globe. You are definitely our heroes, and we always must say asante sana for raising the flag all the time. Now, away from what happened on that, there were a couple of matches as well. And Nguya Matere defeated none other than Mathare United. So Ingwe are third on the log. I know my friends from the Ingwe Nation. Yeah, Mathare must be very happy. Gor Mahia, on the other hand, drew 1-1 with the Lindsay Stars. So Gor dropped 2 points. This is the second time after their first loss to Bidco at the beginning of the season. So it is going to be a long season for the teams because it's good signing, and we can see things are happening in that place. For Arsenal fans, of course, you won 2-0 on Saturday. So it is what it is. Arsenal keep winning. And then there's my friends from South Sudan, and the former South Sudanese ambassador to Kenya, my friend Madut. Veteran South Sudanese politician Bona Malwal Madut has died. This gentleman was a superhero. Bona Malwal Madut is a good guy. He's from Awil. One day I'll tell you, or actually let me tell you, Awil. If you go to South Sudan, Awil is in Equatoria. And the Awil, the name Awil comes from a lady. Among the first Luo settlers in South Sudan who settled, there was a very passionate Luo queen known as Awil, who welcomed everyone when the Dinkas came later into Awil, because Luos were the first settlers in that area. And she was an iron lady. She ruled very well. And the name of that place called Awil was named after her. So Awil used to be a person. If you go to South Sudan, if you go to Awil, just know that Awil was a leader and was a lady, and she was from Luo origin. Asanteni sana. Let's keep walking, keep listening.